Imagine you're alone at night, scrolling on your phone, and suddenly you hear a deep, distant sound outside your house. You freeze. You can't see anything. You don't know where it's coming from, and for a few seconds, your mind jumps to the worst possible conclusion. Now imagine that same feeling, but on a global scale. Real scientists, using advanced monitoring equipment, have recorded sounds so strange, so powerful, and so unexplainable at first that even experts were left confused. These weren't horror movie sound effects. They were real recordings captured from our oceans, skies, and even space. And today, we're going to talk about the scariest sounds ever recorded on Earth, and what we eventually discovered about them. Our planet is far from silent. Beneath the ocean's surface, ice sheets crack, tectonic plates shift, and massive storms roar across continents. Most of these sounds never reach our ears, because they happen at frequencies too low or too distant for humans to detect. That's why scientists use hydrophones deep in the ocean, seismic sensors in the ground, and atmospheric monitoring systems in the sky. Sometimes, these devices capture something expected, but sometimes, they capture something that doesn't match anything in the database. And when that happens, theories spread fast, from sea monsters, to secret weapons, to alien signals. Let's start with one of the most famous examples. In 1997, underwater microphones, placed across the Pacific Ocean, picked up an extremely powerful sound. It was low frequency, incredibly loud, and it traveled thousands of kilometers underwater. Scientists called it the Bloop. What made it terrifying wasn't just the sound itself, it was the size of the signal. It was stronger than any known marine animal at the time. Naturally, speculation exploded. People started talking about undiscovered giant sea creatures lurking in the deep. Some even connected it to fictional monsters from books and movies. For years, the mystery lingered, but eventually, researchers compared the sound to recordings of massive ice sheets cracking and breaking apart in Antarctica. The conclusion: the Bloop was most likely an icequake, a huge section of ice fracturing and shifting. Still, for a while, the ocean felt a lot more mysterious. Not long after that, another strange recording surfaced. This one was called Julia. It lasted for about 15 seconds and was heard across multiple sensors in the Pacific. The sound had an eerie, drawn-out tone that didn't immediately match any common ocean activity. Again, theories began surfacing. Was it underwater volcanic activity? A submarine malfunction? Something alive. After investigation, scientists suggested that Julia was probably caused by a large iceberg running aground or scraping along the ocean floor. But just like the Bloop, the delay between recording and explanation allowed the mystery to grow in people's imaginations. Now let's move from the ocean to something closer to home, something people have reported hearing with their own ears. It's known simply as the hum. Unlike the previous examples, this isn't a single recorded event. It's a persistent low-frequency humming sound reported in different parts of the world, from the United States to the United Kingdom to Australia. What makes it unsettling is that not everyone can hear it. Some describe it as a distant engine idling that never turns off. Others say it keeps them awake at night. Investigations have suggested possible sources like industrial machinery, ventilation systems, or low-frequency noise pollution that only certain people are sensitive to. But in some locations, no clear source has ever been officially confirmed. That uncertainty keeps the mystery alive. Then there are the so-called sky trumpet sounds, recordings that went viral online. These clips feature metallic, horn-like noises echoing through the sky, almost like something massive moving above the clouds. People reacted with fear. Some thought it was a sign of the end times. Others believed it was secret military technology. The sound is genuinely unsettling, deep, metallic, and unnatural. However, experts believe many of these cases can be explained by atmospheric phenomena. Temperature inversions can carry distant industrial sounds over long distances. Large metal structures can vibrate under certain pressure conditions. In a world filled with machinery, echoes, and shifting air currents, strange sounds can travel in unexpected ways. Still, when you hear it without context, it's hard not to feel uneasy. And then we look beyond Earth. Space agencies regularly record radio waves coming from distant stars, pulsars, and galaxies. These signals aren't sounds in a traditional sense, but when converted into audio frequencies humans can hear, they become haunting tones, pulses, and static like whispers. Some of these recordings sound almost mechanical, like something artificial. In the past, certain signals sparked excitement and speculation about extraterrestrial life, but most have been traced back to natural cosmic phenomena, like rotating neutron stars emitting steady pulses of radiation. Even so, hearing what a dead star sounds like is a chilling reminder of how strange the universe really is. What ties all of these examples together isn't just the mystery, it's how our brains react to unexplained sound. Humans evolved to respond quickly to noise. If our ancestors heard something unfamiliar in the dark, hesitation could mean danger. Sound triggers imagination faster than sight because we can't instantly locate its source. When something is loud, low frequency, and unseen, our brains often assume the worst. That's why these recordings feel so terrifying at first. The unknown fills in the gaps with fear. But here's the fascinating part. Almost every terrifying sound ever recorded eventually had a logical explanation. Ice cracking, metal vibrating, machinery humming, cosmic radiation pulsing across space. Science doesn't always have the answer immediately, but over time patterns emerge and mysteries shrink. And yet, not every recorded sound has been completely solved. Deep in the oceans, far beneath Arctic ice, and across remote stretches of the planet, monitoring equipment still picks up noises researchers continue to study. So the next time you hear a strange sound in the distance, a deep rumble, a metallic itch or a low hum, remember that Earth is constantly moving, shifting, and resonating with energy. Most of it is harmless. Some of it is powerful, and a small part of it is still being understood. The world isn't silent. It never has been. We're just finally listening closely enough to notice.